Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, July the 11th, and we are here to look at the new releases being set into the wild this week. And on Thursdays, we look at fantasy and science fiction. Every day of the week, we look at a different genre. On Mondays, we look at cozy mysteries. On Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. On Wednesdays, we look at romance. Thursdays, fantasy and science fiction. Friday is Freeform Friday, and we look at whatever I want to. So, quick announcements. It is Thursday, so I do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, be creative, be productive, or just close your eyes after a busy day. This is time carved out for you. It is self-care time. So, every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons, I do sprints. Good morning, Mary. Happy Thursday. Anything going on with you? Or are you just hunkering down? If I didn't have to go to work, I would be hunkering down myself. Hot, hot, hot. Sorry, coffee was required. Okay. So we're going to look at fantasy and science fiction. First up is one I'm currently reading, and I'm rather enjoying a lot. According to the audio book, this is pronounced novella. It is the first, I believe, in a. It is first in, I believe, what will be a series. I don't think it's a standalone. This is by Paolo Bacigalupi. And it says, you must be as sharp as a stiletto torre's dagger and as subtle as a fish beneath the waters. This is what it is to be novelese. This is what it is to be de reguli. In Novella, a bustling city-state dominated by a handful of influential families, business is power, and power is everything. For generations, the de reguli family, merchant bankers with a vast empire, has nurtured tendrils that stretch to the farthest reaches of the known world. And though they claim not to be political, their staggering wealth has bought cities and toppled kingdoms. Soon, Davico de Reguli will be expected to take the reins of power from his father and demonstrate his mastery of the games of Navalese diplomacy, knowing who to trust and who to doubt, and how to read what lies beneath a smile. But in Novella, strange and ancient undercurrents lurk behind the guilt and grandeur, like the fossilized dragon eye in the family's possession, a potent symbol of their raw power and a talisman that seems to be summoning Davico to act. As tensions rise and the events unfold, Davico will be tested to his limits. His fate depends on the eldritch dragon relic and on what lies buried in the heart of his adopted sister, Giulia de Balcosi, whose own family was destroyed by Novella's twisted politics. With echoes of Renaissance Italy, The Godfather, Game of Thrones, Novella is a stunning feat of world building and a mesmerizing depiction of drive and will. So picture Medici, Borgia with in a fantasy setting, and I'm very much enjoying it. He says, have to volunteer at the library today, so we'll miss part of Thunder Horse Descendant this morning, but there you go. I appreciate that you stop in. You are such a good person. Thank you. And the library should be air conditioned and books. Sounds like heaven. We got a few drops of rain yesterday, about 5 minutes worth, and didn't even wet under the trees. Oof. Still, some is better than none. I understand that. Montana has droughted. I made it a verb. We probably are still droughting. Toward Eternity by Anton Hur. Like Ben-Hur. In a near future world, a new technology therapy is quickly eradicating cancer. The body's cells are entirely replaced with nanites, robot or android cells, which not only cure those afflicted, but leaves them virtually immortal. Literary researcher Jongen teaches an AI how to understand poetry and creates a living thinking machine he names Panet, meaning beloved, in honor of his husband. When Young-un, I'm going to say, himself a recipient of nanotherapy, mysteriously vanishes into thin air and then just as suddenly reappears, the event raises disturbing questions. What happened to Young-un? And though he's returned, is he really himself anymore? When Dr. Biko, the scientist who holds the patent to the nanotherapy technology, learns of Panet, he transfers his consciousness from the machine into an android body, giving it freedom and life. As Yangun, Panet, and other nanohumans thrive and begin to replicate, their development will lead them to a crossroads and a choice with existential consequences. Exploring the nature of intelligence and the unexpected consequences of progress, the meaning of personhood and life, and what we really have to fear from technology and the future. Yeah, my opinion is you should not mess with that kind of stuff with human life. It's that quote from Jurassic Park. They were so caught up in if they could do it, they didn't consider if they should do it. And that seems to be a novel, pardon the pun, idea about nanocells and treating cancer. At least it is to me. Indeed. I'm sure they're doing it. I'm sure they're experimenting. This Great Hemisphere by Matteo Aschiopor. Oof, the names they are making me say. Despite the odds, Sweetmint, a young invisible woman, has done everything right her entire life: school, university, and now a highly sought after apprenticeship with the Northwestern Hemisphere's premier inventor, a non invisible man belonging to the dominant population who is as eccentric as he is enigmatic. Drinking game. But the world she has fought so hard to build after the disappearance of her older brother comes crashing down when authorities claim that not only is he well and alive, he's also the main suspect in the murder of the chief executive of the Northwestern Hemisphere. A manhunt ensues, and Sweetmint, armed with courage, intellect, and unwavering love for her brother, sets off on a mission to find him before it's too late. With 5 days until the Hemisphere's big election, Sweetmint must dodge a relentless law officer who's determined to maintain order and an ambitious politician with sights set on becoming the next chief executive by any means necessary. Kyo is restless this morning. I don't know why. These Deathless Shores by P.H. Lowe. Oh, what's this? Yeah. Jordan was once a lost boy, convinced she would never grow up. But she's a she. How can she be a lost boy? Now she's 22 and exiled to the real world, still suffering withdrawal from the addictive magic dust of her childhood. With nothing left to lose, Jordan returns to the island and its stories of pirates and war and the heartlessness of youth, intent on facing Peter one last time on her own terms. If that makes her the villain, so be it. Interesting perspective. The Spell Shop by Sarah Durst. Another interesting trend I have noticed. This is an Amazon release, a regular publisher release, but they're starting to do the sprayed edges because that is what the younger readers are looking for when they are doing the special editions through the book subscriptions. So now publishing is starting to follow that trend. Tongue twisters too early in the morning, especially with how is Kyo? I haven't heard about him in a while. He is mostly doing okay. We have a follow-up vet appointment on tomorrow afternoon, following up from trying out the allergy shot, and I think it has helped. It's not the magic pill, but it has helped. I think at this point, what's going on with his allergic reactions, his eyes are always an issue. I think it's just environmental at this point. We are not, you know, we're watching his intake, but so he is doing good. He did good with the fourth. He wasn't scared, but he was alerted. So I did give him some melatonin to help him calm down. All right. Thank you for asking. Keela has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library of Elysium, she and her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant, I'm out, have spent the last decade sequestered among the Empire's most precious spellbooks, preserving their magic for the city's elite. When a revolution begins and the library goes up in flames, she and Kaz flee with all the spellbooks they can carry and head to a remote island Keela never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, Keela discovers, much to her dismay, a nosy and very handsome neighbor who can't take a hint and keeps showing up day after day to make sure she's fed and to help fix up her new home. In need of income, Keela identifies something that even the bakery in town doesn't have: jam. With the help of an old recipe book her parents left her and a bit of illegal magic, her cottage garden is soon covered in ripe berries. But magic can do more than make life a little sweeter, so Keela risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever and much needed secret spell shop. Okay, that will be for cozy fantasy lovers. Perhaps if you liked Legends and Lattes, you might give that a try. The Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons. Fantasy heist adventure. Anarod lives only for survival, forging her way through the harsh jungles of the deep with her Titan Drake by her side. Even when an adventuring party saves her from capture by a local warlord, she is eager to return to her solitary life. But this is no ordinary rescue. It's Anarod's past catching up with her. These cunning misfits and their frustratingly appealing dragon rider ringleader intend to spirit her away to the dragon world sky cities, where they need her help to steal the dragon's hoard. There's only one problem. The hoard in question belongs to the current regent, Neveranimus, and she wants Anarod dead. That would be a problem. Here's another one showing the sprayed edges as a way to entice peoples. The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. Chrysantha Stathos has won. By hiding her intelligence and ambition behind the mask of a beautiful airheaded girl, she has become a wealthy duchess. And once her elderly husband dies, she will have all the freedom, money, and safety she ever wanted, or so she thought. A man claiming to be the estranged grandson of Chrysantha's lecherous late husband has turned up to steal her inheritance. To make matters worse, her little sister is going to be queen and is rubbing it in her face. It sounds like Chrysantha has issues. Chrysantha decides that the only thing to do is upstage Alessandra at her own wedding. What a good sister! And as for this grandson, he has to go. Never mind that he's extremely handsome and secretive with mysterious powers, but no, Chrysantha wants Eric's Demos dead. And in the end, a Stathos girl always gets what she wants. What a pleasant girl. A Magic Fierce and Bright by Hermit Nyack. That's kind of an interesting cover. What is old is new again. Sprayed edges. Think gilt edges and also the ones, forget the name, that create pictures on the edges that spread a certain way. Gorgeous. I know. I watch these booktubers who are in their 20s, and it is a huge thing. And floppy books. The trade size, if they're super floppy, they love it. Adia wants nothing more than to be left alone. We are Content to be loyal to no one but herself in the isolated jungles of South India, she dreams only of finding her lost sister Priya and making enough money to take care of their family. Hard to do that in the if you're lost in the jungle. It's too bad that her rare ability to wake electric machines using the magic that wiped them out 5 centuries ago also makes her a coveted political pawn. Everyone seems to believe that her technology can help them win the endless war for control over the magic's supernatural source. Their senseless power struggles mean little to Adia, but when her enemies dangle news of her sister before her, she's all too quick to leap at the chance to bring Priya home, even if it means teaming up with a rakish, disreputable thief. In order to do it, with the threat of invasion looming ever larger on the horizon, Adia must reconcile the kind of person she is with the kind of person she wants to be, and untangle the web of intrigue, conspiracy, and deceit that threatens to take all of India down with it. Dragonborn by Donna Grant, eighth in the Dragon Kings series. She's the most dangerous being alive, and the only one I crave. I feel her across realms, through the vast emptiness of space, weaving among the stars. She is the queen of violets. Powerful, shrewd, defiant, utterly exquisite, feared among her own and pursued by all. She is the Dragon Queen. I was an ordinary MI5 agent before being thrust into the world of Dragon Kings, Fae, Reapers, and magic. But it was a world I soon discovered I was bound to by blood from my druid ancestors. The instant we met, I was hers, forever. I would have ripped the moon from the sky for her. I would have raised worlds. Then she deceived me. Oh, I'm sure then it was all over. Yet I can't stop thinking about her, craving her. She's my very psyche, like a fever that burns through my veins like dragon fire, scorching and eternal. When I sense a malicious danger closing in around her, I defy every rule to get to her. My love, my queen. I have thoughts, but I'm not going to say them. The Blood-Dimmed Tide, Book 2 of The Nightingale and the Falcon by Stephen Arion. Kavan, the last Persian general, is celebrating as Hulagu Khan's dream of conquering the whole world lies in tatters, but the fight is not yet done as Persia is still occupied by Mongol invaders. Betrayed by his cousin in the north, Hulagu must fight back at the Golden Horde, weakening the Mongol Empire even further with another civil war. Temujin, the youngest son of Hulagu, has developed abilities that can destroy a city's walls in a heartbeat. Unwilling to trust his father with something so powerful, he abandons the empire. Recruited by others like him, Temujin seeks to restore balance to the world whilst learning more about what he has become. Kokochin is the newest member of the secret society that protects Persia. She has found her purpose, but her double life has been exposed. Now she must find a way to escape the clutches of Empress, who seeks to use Kokochin's abilities to further their husband's plans of conquest. Deep within the empire, a new threat is rising, one so dangerous that it could overshadow the legacy of Genghis Khan and change the world. And last one I have for today. But so far, you can mark me safe from having to buy any of these, I think, other than I already got Novella. But The Price of Redemption, first in a series by Sean Carpenter. Oh, a debut swashbuckling fantasy. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let's see. Despite her powerful magic, Marquise Enid de Tancarville must flee her homeland to escape death at the hands of the theocratic revolution. When a theocratic warship overtakes the ship bearing her to safety, Enid is spared capture by the timely intervention of the Albion frigate Alarum under the command of Commander Rue Nath. These circumstances make for an odd alliance, and Enid finds herself replacing the Alarum's recently slain sea mage. Now an officer under Nath's command, Enid is thrust into a strange maritime world full of confusing customs, duties, and language. Worse, as she soon discovers, the threat of revolution is not confined to shore. I might be interested. Maybe. But, as you read and you realize time is an issue, you really want to it's good to check things out, but you want to spend more time with the good stuff and maybe the not so good stuff. But you don't know if it's good stuff until you give it a try, right? Right. Good morning, Sherry Bug. How you doing? We were just looking at the fantasy and romances being released this week. I had mentioned that I purchased this novella one when it came out on Tuesday, and I'm really, really liking it. But otherwise, there's a whole lot of romantasy here, which is not my preference, but it is a huge, huge subgenre right now, so there's a lot of options there. Alrighty, so that is it for today. Tomorrow's morning show is Freeform Friday, and we'll be looking at, I think we had 4 of the mysteries and thrillers that we didn't get to on Tuesday. There were a couple nonfiction that looked interesting to me, and a couple other books. So we'll look at sort of the others tomorrow morning. I do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They will go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project. I'm going to be crocheting my little heart out and listening to something, not sure what yet. And then our next sprints will be on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Please, it is hot pretty much everywhere in the U.S., probably in other places that are experiencing summer. We're in the midst of summer. Whoops. How about that one? There we go. So please, practice self-care though too. Stay cool when you can. Hydrate. I'll add a third element to that of read good books. Always keep your mind off it. I'm still working on the Orchid book. Not impressed, but we'll probably finish it. Okay. That's okay too. And Sherry said, hi to Mary. All right. So please, hope to see you tonight. Tell people about us. We would love to grow. We are closing in on 300 people who are checking us out. So let's see if we can hit that mark next. And yes, I'll see you in a little bit. And hope you have a good day at the library. Oh, I know you'll be working, but also enjoy it. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom. Have a good day and God bless. Kyo knows that sound and gets ready for us to go. Alrighty. God bless. Bye-bye.